Alors, je vous entends, par contre, c'est pas mon slide qui est là sur l'écran, hein.
Hi, everybody. We are pleased to continue and end this amazing startup session with the last startup of the morning. Let me introduce, not on stage, but remotely, Resortecs startup, which is an amazing tech solution for the textile and fashion industry. Please welcome Dave LEITE, Head of Communication and Branding for Resortecs. The floor is yours, Dave.
Thank you very much. It is a great honor to be speaking here today. And then what I always like to do is to start our conversation with a small provocation. I know that we have people who are physically present at the event, but some who are also joining virtually. And I'm pretty sure that virtually or face-to-face, if we could only wear sustainable fashion, most of us would be naked right now. It doesn't matter if clothes are made out of sustainable materials. As long as they cannot be recycled, there is no such a thing as sustainable fashion. I'm Davidson, and I'm from Resortecs, Recycling Made Easy. With Resortecs, we make garment recycling possible on an industrial scale and a higher quality. And this is critical because every single second, one garbage full of textile is wasted across the globe. More shocking is that less than 1% of all garments produced are effectively recycled. This is why the fashion industry represents a loss worth materials around $500 billion every single year. And the fashion industry is also accountable for 10% of the yearly global CO2 emissions. And yes, garments are difficult to recycle, but that's only because they're difficult to disassemble. You see, before you can recycle any kind of garment that is multi-material, you need to separate all the different materials and make sure that the processes can start. And right now, the industry only had two options: manual disassembly, which is expensive, not scalable, and very time-consuming, or mechanical disassembly, which harms the textiles and results in downcycling. Have you seen the shocking headlines about the Atacama Desert in Chile that transformed itself into a garment graveyard? Many of those garments still had the price tags on them. Yes, unsold inventory is a big problem, a $4.3 billion problem for one brand alone. So what if we could reduce the cost of unsold inventory, help brands become compliant with the growing EU legislation, and make all garments recyclable? Meet Resortecs, a globally patented solution tested by 30 of the world's biggest fashion players and currently used in products sold by multiple brands in over 60 countries. It all starts with Smart Stitch, which allows you to make garments designed for disassembly by simply changing the stitching thread. Smart Stitch are heat-dissolvable threads that melt at high temperatures from 150 to 200 degrees, making the seams disappear automatically. There are no changes in design nor manufacturing, and yes, you can still wash, dry, and iron your clothes as usual. Then, at the end of life, comes Smart Disassembly, or patent thermal systems to dismantle garments 5 times faster. I'm talking about huge industrial ovens that have been specifically designed for the combination of Smart Stitch products that can process up to 10 tons of textiles per day. There's no risk of damaging the fabric thanks to the low oxygen chamber, meaning that there is no oxygen inside. We can raise the temperatures to levels that would normally damage the fabrics, but here nothing happens. There is no oxygen, there's no fire, there's no damage. Finally, the closed-loop heating system ensures low energy consumption. Whenever we produce energy to heat up those huge industrial ovens to disassemble the garments, the energy keeps flowing inside, meaning that we're not an énergivore solution, and we're really keeping everything sustainable from production to disassembly. How does it work concretely? Well, the first step is producing garments using Smart Stitch. Finally, after the end of the season, garments that haven't been sold or garments that have been recuperated from consumers who no longer want to have them can be shipped to our facilities where we're gonna use our smart disassembly system to disassemble them thermally. What we have next, it's sorted premium material that is ready for recycling. After this step, it's completely up to the brand. They can recycle the sorted material, transforming them back into fibers or pellets. They can spin the recycled fiber back into yarn, make fabrics, and finally make completely recycled garments. The beauty of this process is that the brand remains the owner of the material, and then they could either recycle it, they can either sell it, and make sure that whenever they produce the product, that it has been designed for recycling and it has been designed for circularity. Normally, this workflow, it's already clear enough to explain how our solution works. But there is nothing better than a video to really show things in real life. So up next, I'm gonna be showing a video where we explain part of this workflow. So in this video, I have our CTO, Dr. Acelina Trejo-Machin, who's gonna showcase how our Smart Stitch solution has been implemented in the denim collection, a circular denim collection from the brand Bershka, part of the Inditex group. Can the technical team set up the video? Yes, that's the video.
My name is Acerina, and I'm the technical lead for assembly at Resortecs. Garments are difficult to recycle because they are difficult to disassemble. Manual disassembly is extremely expensive, time-consuming, and not scalable. Mechanical disassembly harms the textile and results in downcycling. For example, this jeans by Bershka from the Inditex group is really complicated to recycle. I'll explain you why. If you want to recycle, you need to manually disassemble the waistband, the zippers, be able to also remove the buttons, the pockets, and this is commonly done manually. You can imagine that this process is really expensive and also is not scalable. The other option is to mechanically disassemble these denims. This will result in downcycling because it harms the textiles. This is the reason why less than 1% of the textile products are effectively recycled. Meet Resortecs, a globally patented solution that has been tested by more than 30 international brands. It all starts with Smart Stitch. They allow you to design garments for disassembly by simply changing the thread. Smart Stitch are heat-dissolvable threads that they melt at different temperatures, making the seams disappear automatically. They do not require any change on design nor manufacturing. And to answer the question you might have in your mind, yes, you still can wash, dry, and iron your garments. When it's time for recycling, then comes smart disassembly. Our patented thermal systems can dismantle garments 5 times faster. Now let me show you how the jeans I'm wearing today become this, thanks to our technology. Step 1, set up the right parameters. To disassemble garments made from different materials, such as cotton, polyester, and viscose, we combine expertise in material science, mechanical engineering, and thermal engineering. Depending on the garments we want to disassemble, we have to find the right recipe of parameters, such as flow velocity, residence time, and temperature. These allow us to achieve an optimal and high-quality disassembly. Step 2. Loading garments for disassembly. Our technology allows different processing capacities from 1 to 13 tons a day. Thanks to the parameters that we have set up during the previous step, all the seams made with a smart stitch can now disappear. Inside our thermal disassembly system, the garments receive a combination of mechanical and thermal load. Everything happens in a safe and low oxygen environment to prevent oxidation. That means that the fabric will not burn even if the temperatures inside the chamber are really high. To keep this process sustainable, this is a closed-loop system. This means that the energy, the heat that we generate to disassemble garments will keep flowing inside so we can save and recover as much energy as possible. Step 3. Unloading the disassembled pieces. Finally, we can recover the different fabrics that used to be a garment. It all happens in a fast, efficient, and sustainable way, preserving the quality of the fabrics ahead of recycling. The impact of combining our technology with the right kind of recycling is huge. For each jeans that has been stitched with a smart stitch and disassembled with a smart disassembly system, we can reduce 50% of the CO2 emissions, 98% of the water usage, and 80% of the waste. And that's it. Welcome to Circularity, powered by Resortecs.
Oh, I hope that you have enjoyed the video as much as we enjoyed making it. I always like to show it because A, you actually have our CTO explaining the process step by step, and B, there's nothing better than seeing the technology and this impact applied in a real product. So Asidina already mentioned a few of the benefits, but I'm just going to take you through them once again so we make sure that no one is forgetting the impact of adopting our technology. So when we think of the brands, the small change has a huge impact. I'm talking about ensuring a continuous supply of high quality recycled materials. We really are protecting brands from the current dependency that they have on the volatile prices of materials such as cotton. Secondly, I'm talking about cost reductions in unsold inventory and waste management. Instead of paying to incinerate garments, brands are actually getting money even from products that they're not selling at the end of the season. Third but not least, environmental compliance. We're really making sure that each brand that uses our technology is EPR ready, meaning that they are bulletproof for the extended producer responsibility. We're also talking about reduced water use, less waste, and carbon footprint reduction. We're targeting 5 different SDGs, 9, 11, 12, 13, and 17. And our LCA shows that combined with recycling, Resortecs cuts CO2 emissions by 50%, waste generation by up to 80%, and water use by 98%. This means that for each denim produced and recycled using our technology, we can avoid 7 kilos of CO2. If the European fashion production were thermally disassembled and recycled, up to 60 million tons of CO2 could be avoided and over 2.3 billion euros saved every single year. If we zoom out and bring this to the global level, then the fashion industry could reach 28% of its Paris Agreement CO2 reduction target for 2050 by simply changing the stitching thread. Of course, that addressing a problem this complex wouldn't be possible without an award-winning multidisciplinary team combining over 75 years of experience in engineering, design, and environmental science. Resortecs is the only solution that works for brands and recyclers from an economic, operational, and environmental point of view. None of our competitors actually provides the same quality of recycled output, has the same speed and scalability, the same simplicity, nor an environmental performance that is as high as ours. We make this work thanks to a unique business model that offers a win-win partnership for all of the players along the fashion stakeholder and the fashion value chain. We're incentivizing recyclers with scalability and automation at a lower cost than manual disassembly. And we're encouraging brands with the financial returns from thermal disassembly. This hybrid business model combines a consumable and a machine. The consumable is Smart Stitch, which you can think of in Nespresso capsules. Those are sold to the brands. And the machines are the Smart Assembly System. Those are rented to the recyclers. Our mission at Resortecs is to become fashion's new eco-design standard, reducing the textiles industry's CO2 emissions by 1 billion tons by 2040. If you're curious about the technical specifications of our threads, you can scan this code to download the technical datasheet for the different range of threads that we have within the Smart Stitch family. And if you want to know more about the environmental figures and the impact measurements that I've shared during this presentation, then you can scan and download our externally reviewed LCA. Resortecs, a technology so hot, it will melt your mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave, for this amazing presentation. Fashion industry really needs solutions like yours, simply because this is one of the most polluting industry in the world. And unfortunately, the recycling process is just at its beginning. We will definitely follow your journey. Your solution is, not only solving or contributing to solve that major issue that is not only, impacting us, but also having a tremendous environmental impact, specifically I do have an example of, and this is something we're going to see tonight with a great movie, but in Africa, and we need to make sure that we solve that, because we are the one, specifically, in Europe, where we have a lot of luxury fashion brands. We need to embrace this kind of technology. We need to make a big step forward to solve that issue. Thank you very much for your contribution. And we will continue this afternoon all our panel, and we will highlight how we can help the end consumer to make a better choice when it comes to fashion and textile and clothes. So let's meet together again at 2 p.m. to continue this amazing day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.